Welcome back, Doll fans. So today is just going to be an ode to Tua, and just for all the Tua haters that are probably going to comment on this video and tell me that I need to cool it and chill out, and that I've done in the last video. This film breakdown is just going to show you kind of, well, I wouldn't say Tua stands, because I've been at the point where I wanted to get rid of Tua last year for how he played against Kansas City. But when you look at his play this year, it's different. It's completely different. He was forcing the ball last year, and this year he's kind of proven really that if he keeps on this trajectory and just doesn't do stupid things, he's going to be one of the Drew Breeses, one of the Peyton Mannings of the NFL, where he diagnoses defenses and does all these crazy things. But we'll get into it right now. So we're going to see it here. This is going to be his fourth read. And I think at this point, defending Tua it's kind of nonsensical at this point, because he's proved to everybody wrong. Yes, he can't throw the ball 70 yards. You know who can? Anthony Richardson. He sucks. It's like, I'm tired of hearing that this guy stinks, because this dude is the only problem with him is injuries. That's the only issue, and it's only because of stupid things that he has done, which I think after this year, what happened this year is that the concussions were done in his mind. He had lost the weight, so he thought he's going to get back to college days where he used to run into people. Because if you remember, even on this Jets team, Tua trucked a defender. Like, Tua broke some guy's arm against the Falcons. These were the plays that he did when he was younger. So he thought he was going to get back to that, because it was just a mishap of the concussions. And what ended up happening is he led with his head and got concussed. So I think the injury issues are only a thing because of the NFL. Back in the day, a concussion, you were out like one game, maybe, possibly two, but now it's like you go on IR. That's the only reason that this year was like this. But you're going to see in this game, and in all the games, including the Bills games and the Cardinals games, that he's just efficient. He reads the defense, he understands the defense, and he gets the ball out quick. The reason that he gets the ball out quick is because he diagnoses what the defense is doing and then knows exactly where to throw the ball. It's a beautiful ball to Tyreek Hill for 13 yards. That's the reason why Tua does this. Not because he's just Mike McDaniel tells him to do it, and because if that were the case, all the other quarterbacks would have done it. He knows exactly where to look, which is what it's what Peyton Manning would do. Peyton Manning would diagnose the defense and then get the ball out. Tom Brady would diagnose the defense, get the ball out. This is what Tua does. Tua does this against every team, not just against the Jets. Like, he did it against the Bills. He did it against the Cardinals. He did it against every single team that he's played this year. Even the Packers, unfortunately, it was a cold game. We got a bunch of mishaps real quick. And the problem was we just weren't used to the cold. And also the problem in that game is that the defense let us down so bad that we were down by so many points. There was no way to even stay in that game. Because if you look at the second half, we started moving the ball. We started getting used to the cold. But unfortunately, with the Malik Washington and the way the defense was tackling, we were just down so many points that we didn't have a shot. And again, this is the problem here, and we'll go over this in the next film breakdown, is that the defense is really becoming a problem. Like, it's just they're never able to stop anyone. And you see it like over and over again. Because honestly, just like Cam Ward in the University of Miami, like if Tua's not scoring this many points, name another team that is consistently putting up 30-something points a game. And you know, kind of, I would say show it to me. You know, it's like consistently putting up 30 points a game. That's the reason that we're winning these games. He's consistently putting up 30 points a game. That's elite. That's only what the best quarterbacks would do. Tom Brady would put up 30 points a game. You know, and he's doing it against everybody, which is showing me that he is diagnosing defenses and he's getting the ball out quick. He's trusting his reads, getting the ball out quick, and you see just a beautiful pass to Tyreek Hill. And he's getting to whoever is open. He's not forcing. He's even said it this year that last year he felt like he was forcing the ball to Tyreek to help him get that 2,000 yards. And now, if Tyreek is open, he hits him. If he's not, he's going to someone else. And that's the way that Tua played in the beginning of his career, which made us all go, all right, this dude is something. Because he had no receivers. He would just find whoever was open, and he would get the ball to them. And that's what he's doing this year with better players. And you're seeing the accuracy. Like, people don't understand. Like, people want to get a different quarterback or whatever, and they want to move up in the draft to get a different quarterback. Listen, Caleb Williams was the first overall pick. He looks like crap right now. Like, people can say whatever you want to say. Yeah, he's all flashy and this and that, but he looks like garbage. And again, a lot of these players, they can't diagnose defense. Jalen Hurts, people are getting on him because why? He can't diagnose a defense. He has great offensive linemen. He has great this and that, but he can't diagnose a defense. Tua is one of the only quarterbacks that can really diagnose a defense. Josh Allen, you know, he's another one that can diagnose a defense. Joe Burrow is another one that can diagnose a defense. I'm telling you right now, Lamar Jackson, he makes plays on his legs, but he can't diagnose a defense. He doesn't understand what the defense is doing. He just makes plays. Now, when I say diagnose a defense, of course, every player can understand cover 3, cover 4, whatever it is. But to understand where you're going with the ball immediately before you even snap the ball, a lot of players can't do that. A lot of your star players can't do that. Like Lamar Jackson can't do that. That's why you see very inaccurate passes, because he can't diagnose where he needs to throw the ball. This is elite anticipation. Even Kurt Warner says that this guy has elite anticipation. That is something that not a lot of quarterbacks. That's what Tom Brady had, Peyton Manning and Drew Brees. Those quarterbacks, that's what they had. They did not have, most quarterbacks don't have what Tua has. Again, you know, Josh Allen, the guy's an amazing quarterback, but that guy misses a lot of passes. Why? Because the anticipation is not there. He doesn't have that same, it's a different ability that Tua has that most quarterbacks don't have. I'm telling you right now, the nonsense with getting another quarterback, Tua is this, it's like people just want to be stuck in their ways because these passes, I mean, even one right there, like you're so used to it that you don't realize how special it is, where he puts it right out of the corner's hands to get his guy the ball. It's so special. Look at this. Boom. Right out of the corner's hands. Perfect pass. You're so used to seeing Tua just dot every single pass that he throws that you think it's just normal. And I'm telling you right now, you anybody else in this league, you're going to see them overthrow, underthrow. You're not going to see them throw into tight windows. They just won't take those risks because they're not as confident in their accuracy as Tua is. That's what makes the difference with Tua, because he's just so confident in his arm that he can do stuff like this. And you see it over and over again. I think Dolphin fans are just so used to seeing this that they just think it's normal with every quarterback. Every quarterback does this stuff. They don't, bro. They don't. Being able to diagnose a defense, boom, throw the ball perfectly to Jalen Waddle. Being able to diagnose a defense every single play and dot it on every single play. That's not normal. That's not a normal quarterback. That's an elite quarterback. And people want to say he's not who's better than him? You know, obviously Lamar Jackson is going to be in that conversation, even though he's been messing up in a lot of games. And then, you know, this is the whole thing here. Every time we lose, it's Tua's fault. Tua did this, Tua did that. Every time like Jalen Hurts loses or Lamar Jackson loses or any of the other quarterbacks. Oh, the offensive line's bad. The defense is bad. Oh, the receivers didn't get open. Lamar Jackson's been trying to find a receiver for the last 9 years. You ever think for a second that maybe it's Lamar Jackson and not the receivers? Because they've taken first-round receivers every single year. He just can't throw the ball. I'm tired of hearing that crap. I'll defend that till I die. Lamar Jackson just can't throw the ball accurately. That's why receivers, you can funnel through whoever you want. Doesn't matter. He can't throw the ball. Who would I put in front of Tua? Josh Allen. People are going to get mad at me. I guess, because people are going to say this and that. Lamar Jackson. Who else would I put in front of him? Obviously, Patrick Mahomes. Maybe Joe Burrow. But I put him in that conversation, just because he got injured is the reason why he's out of that. But he's playing almost similarly to Joe Burrow right now. But everybody's going to give Joe Burrow flowers, and they're going to say Tua sucks. And then they're going to say, oh, it's because Tua has weapons. Joe Burrow has T. Higgins. He's got Gesicki. He's got Jamar Chase. He's got Chase Brown. He has an abundance of weapons. But, of course, people are always going to say this, that, and the other thing. I don't see any quarterbacks really. Like Justin Herbert, he's not playing. People will sit there and say, dude is throwing for 130 yards every single game. Like, he's not playing well. He's literally just using the defense and the rushing to win these games. It's not Justin Herbert playing this way. There's really no other quarterbacks that I could say. C.J. Stroud ain't playing well. You can't really put these quarterbacks in front of Tua. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's top 5 in my head. There's not really another quarterback playing like him. The only knock is that he was injured this year, because he's playing at an MVP type of level. And again, people want to say do it against good teams. The Bills, he lost by field goal. Why? Because there was a pass interference on Jordan Poyer. The Cardinals game, fumble by, and then on top of that, the 2 fumbles by Mostert killed us in those games because we were driving that game. He lost by field goal against the Cardinals. Why? Because the defense just let everything up in the second half. Every single game, it's been the defense. Tua has completely just destroyed every single team, every single game, 300 yards, couple touchdowns. Every single game, he's played elite against any team. Even the Packers, we just were down by so much we couldn't do anything. That's kind of the whole thing. Because in the second half, again, we started coming back. It's just, on top of that, both of our tackles got injured. They were not playing well, and unfortunately, we just could not come back from that. Boom, touchdown to Tyreek Hill. Beautiful, accurate throw. Most quarterbacks don't have the confidence to throw that type of ball in between 2 defenders. This is what Tua does. This is what he does. This is what he does. And then a beautiful, accurate pass. Tyreek Hill. This is what he does. He does this stuff over and over again. And again, like I said, I'm tired of hearing the whole Tua is average. He's not average. Guy's elite. And honestly, if you get this guy an offensive line, because I don't think anybody has realized this. Tua has played with the 32nd or around that area of offensive line his entire time in the NFL. He's played with probably the worst, or if not close to the worst, offensive line in the league every single year. Every year. This offensive line is trash again. He's played with and people want to sit there and go, oh, they don't give up sacks. They don't. It's because of Tua. I'm tired of hearing that too. It's because of Tua. Tua gets the ball out quick. Tua moves around the pocket. That's another thing that most people don't have. If you watch him, he knows where to move in the pocket to evade pressure. Watch this right here. Boom, pressure. He's moving around, getting away from the defender. And he starts to frustrate defenses because they just can't get to him, because he knows where to go. He doesn't panic. He knows exactly where to go with the ball. If you got this guy, Josh Allen's offensive line, or Lamar Jackson's offensive line, or if you got him, even Joe Burrow's offensive line, I can't even imagine what he would do. He probably wouldn't even be used to it, because he's so used to getting pressure in his face every single game. I'm telling you, it's mind-boggling when you see this guy just continually showcase why he's elite, and people want to say that he sucks. I'm tired of this stupid, nonsensical, just idiotic take that is just lazy and just probably just to get an emotional reaction at this point, because he every game he's brought us back, and this game was a telltale sign. Game-winning drives. It's against a bad team. The New York Jets are not a normal bad team. They have Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams. They have what's his face as the other, Garrett Wilson. And then they have, obviously the running backs weren't great, but they have those players. They have a defense that's supposed to be, pretty good. This is not a normal 3-9 team. And what does Tua do? Game-winning drive. Something that people said he can't do. Does it this game. And you can say whatever you want. This was one of the most pressure-filled games because it's the New York Jets. It's not like it's the Houston Texans. Season on the line. You lose this game, everything is over. You cannot go to the playoffs if you lose this game. And he brings us to the field goal range and then brings us to end the game with a touchdown. You're going to see the beautiful pass to Jonnu Smith for the touchdown. It's just incredible. And it was awesome to watch. I actually left. I always, see my mother to watch the game. I actually left my mother's house because I thought we were going to lose. And then I'm watching Dudley do wrong, and he's freaking out. And I'm like, oh, snap, we're actually coming back. And yeah, like I said, man, Tua is becoming just an elite player in this league. It's different than what you see. And it's only different because of the way that quarterbacks are now. It's not different by any other means than just the way that quarterbacks are now is the reason why people don't consider it elite. But 15 years ago, this guy would have been like the epitome of a quarterback. It's just now people are stupidly in awe of crazy running plays and all that stuff. They forget what a quarterback actually is. Someone that can diagnose a defense, is extremely efficient, takes what the defense is giving them, and moves the ball down the field. That's what Tua does. That's a quarterback. That's why Patrick Mahomes has won Super Bowls. Because Patrick Mahomes understands defenses. Because Patrick Mahomes understands how to get the ball into tight windows. That's why he continually beats all the players that cannot. Just straight up, the people that have won the Super Bowls: Patrick Mahomes, Matthew Stafford, Tom Brady. The last Super Bowls that have been won, the better quarterback won. It's just the way that it is. You have to have a quarterback. You're going to see him. This is beautiful. Game-winning drive down the field. Just dotting every pass. Dot. That was scary right there. He almost fumbled that. But every pass down the field, you're going to see it right here. Dot. And then a dot to finish the game. Ooh, Devon Achane almost fumbled right there. And then you're going to see the game-winning play. Beautiful. And then this was, again, another dot in between three players. Look at this. 1, 2, 3. Right there. Boom. Where only his guy could get it. That's killer mentality. That's a freaking killer mentality right there. He ain't scared. Throwing it in between three players. Right there. Most quarterbacks don't make that throw. So as you can see, guys, the way that he's playing is elite, and it's just something that the Tua haters can keep saying whatever they want to say, but this is the best quarterback that we're going to have, and all we need to do is build an offensive line around him. He doesn't take stupid hits. He can beat teams. This is a game-winning drive twice in the game to keep our season alive. That is clutch, and I don't care what you have to say. Dude is playing the best he's ever played, and I think he's having his best season ever. So, as always, guys, fins up, baby. Love you all. Peace.